Hello there, my wonkwinks. How you doing today? We've got one of the weirdest towers in the game to talk about today. This is the Cobra. Not that many people understand it. It costs a whopping 5,000 medallions to unlock it. Luckily, we don't have to buy any of the tiers for it. It just comes all the way unlocked. So we're going to use the Cobra. I'm going to be using a Dart Monkey, and I'm going to be using a Wizard as well, just to get some extra balloon popping power in there, and lead popping power as well. And we get a cannon as our third tower, which I guess we can make it work. Alright, so talking about Cobras, I'm going to be doing a Cobra Start. It's kind of hard to do a Cobra Start, but if you do it well, it is so hard to beat. It really is one of those really special towers that is used in so many weird ways. And it kind of just changes the game completely. The Cobra has not been a part of the game forever. It was actually introduced to the game, I don't even know, maybe 6 months ago, 8 months ago, or something like that. So it's more of a recent addition than anything else. And that's why it just completely broke the game for a little while. With Attrition, Attrition could steal all of your lives, compared to now where it can only steal down to 1 life. So anyways, let's talk about the upgrades here, my friends, and first of all, let's talk about what maps you can use the Cobras on. It really doesn't matter. You can use the Cobras on any map, but usually I prefer longer maps to use the Cobras on, because I feel like it'll allow me to get more money from my Cobras. So the weirdest thing about the Cobras is that they give you money. So I want to talk about the 1-0 upgrade first, the Wired Funds upgrade, which is this guy right here. So we're going to put these guys on strong just to get rid of those pink layers really quick. So as a 0-0 Cobra, he's pretty darn bad. You know, he just pops 2 balloons per shot. He's kind of like a sniper with very limited range. That's basically what he is, and you don't really get the sniper benefits because he doesn't have unlimited range, and you can't upgrade him to higher levels, which will pop through a lot more layers. As a 0-0 tower, he's pretty much worthless, but that's not the point. You don't normally go for 0-0 Cobras. You go for sure 1-0 Cobras. And the cool thing about the 1-0 Cobras is they're a different way of going economy, besides going farms and besides going balloon economy. This guy's also got Cobras, as you can plainly see down in the bottom there. So the way Cobras work is that they give you $80 at the beginning of the next round. So as soon as round 7 starts, as soon as round 8 starts, you get that $80 per Cobra. And that does add up when you have a lot of Cobras. You know, you can get a big chunk of money at every single round. On the other hand, farms give money throughout the round, and the balloon economy gives also money throughout the round. So getting a lot of these guys just flown in here, it gives us a lot of money, on top of having a reasonable amount of popping power. Like I said, just a bunch of 0-0 snipers with, not unlimited range. So this guy is going to rush with a few yellows, which doesn't really matter too much. Now here's the really crazy part, man. A 2-0 Cobra, what does this do? A lot of people don't really understand balloon adjustment. I'm going to get 1 balloon adjustment just because I can. And I'm also going to get a quick Wizard over here as well, just to get ready for those leads and everything. Oh, you know what? We're just going to send out a quick lead against this guy just to cause him some havoc, man. Make him do something besides just chill there with those Cobras. Anyways, the 2-0, like I was saying, is the balloon adjustment. And what the balloon adjustment does is it gives you +1 increase. It changes it in 3 different ways. It changes it to a regrow, it changes it to a camo, or it gives it +1 rank. And it does this only to natural balloons. Keep that in mind, only natural balloons. So that's a big thing there, man. On a lot of these earlier rounds, you really don't get too many crazy high-level natural balloons coming out. But on round 19, 20, 21, 22, you get a large amount of crazy high natural balloons coming out, and that's when it gets kind of crazy. I'm going to go for a few more. I'm going to go for a Juggernaut right here. I feel like he tried to rush me with like a weird thing. I don't know why he's sending out rainbows against me. It doesn't really make much sense, but whatever. I'm going to get 1 here, and I'm going to get 1 here as well, just to help me out a little bit. But the cool thing about the balloon adjustment is it can change. It doesn't just change the balloon once. If you have enough Cobras, they can multiply on top of each other. So it doesn't just turn camo. It turns into a camo regrow and goes up a rank. So eventually, if you get enough Cobras, every single natural balloon that comes out is a regrow camo ceramic. Yes, as ridiculous as that may seem. We've just got some camo LEDs coming out against me, but that's going to do absolutely nothing as well. So So what we're going to do is we're going to get a couple of these balloon adjustments really quick. We're going to go balloon adjustment, balloon adjustment, balloon adjustment. I don't want to get too many because I really don't want to kill him. I just want to cause him some problems. So the next upgrade is the Monkey Stim Pack. What the heck is the Monkey Stim Pack? What does that do? A lot of people get confused about that. For a while, I know that I thought that it boosted the cooldowns of my 4th tier towers. Like if I got a Super Monkey Fan Club or something, it would cool him down by 5 seconds so I could use him faster. And that's not what happens. It changes the balloon or changes the monkey boost on the top up there. So you can use the monkey boost more often, so you can use more battle energy if you need to. So as this guy is going to attrition me, so I'm just going to get a bunch of balloon adjustments over here, and we're going to kill him fairly soon before he kills me. At least that's the plan. So you can tell now we're sending out a bunch of camos, we're sending a bunch of regrows, and we're going to eventually send out a bajillion camo regrow ceramics. As you can tell, it's so hard to defend. It really is. Using this strategy is a very important strategy for a lot of high-ranked players using Cobras. Maybe not starting with Cobras, but definitely using Cobras near the middle or the end of the game. You know, right around 19, 20, 21. Those are the really dangerous levels. So, that is... Let's play another one really quick. Let's get in here, man. Oh, look at that. I already got 2,000 battle scores. That's kind of fun. Now, I'm kind of going in-depth with the Cobras because a lot of people, again, are very confused by them. They don't understand them completely, and you should. Is it worth the 5,000 medallions, by the way, to buy those guys? Well, it depends. You know, if you have only 5,000 medallions, probably not. But if you have 20, 30, 40,000 medallions, why not, man? Just buy those things. Get them all. So, again, we're going to go Dart Monkeys. We're going to go Cobras. And I'm going to use, let's go cannons this time. Cannons are really nice on this map, and we get I'm so used to getting the second skip for free, but it costs battle energy this time. All right, no big deal. All right, so we're gonna do another Cobra start. We're gonna go Cobra. We're gonna go Wired Funds. Now the sad thing is they nerfed the beginning of the Cobra. They made it so you cannot get a 1-0 Cobra before round 1. They used to make it so you could, and you would get $80 before round 1 starts technically, which is really awesome, obviously, but sadly they changed it and made him slightly worse. It doesn't make him worse, it just makes him slightly worse. But as you can tell, the blue balloons are starting to overwhelm us already. If you feel like it, though, man, a lot of people, what they'll do is they'll go with a bunch of road spikes at the beginning just to get some extra, you know, money flowing in here. So we're going to use our... Oh, you know what? They cost some money this time. Yeah, let's just go with the Dart Monkey instead. Screw it. Dart Monkeys! And we're going to get a 0-3. So we got the Dart Monkey. At least we're cleaning him up. I'm also going to put him on last, which is kind of a funky thing to do. It's going to make us lose a few lives, but it's okay. Now we're going to start cleaning them up a lot easier and a lot better. Also, when you have these guys, put them on strong, you know. I mean, that's what I like to do. I always put my Cobras on strong because they're good against a lot of the tower. They're good against a lot of the balloons that most other towers are not good against. So here we go, we got the balloon adjustment, we got the monkey stim. What about this last 4th tier upgrade, the offensive push? Well, this is not that important in most regular games. In most regular games, I would say try and stay away from it. But in things like Bonanza, it completely changes the game. It's only $1,750, and it makes it so when you want to send out, for example, a BFB on round 20, you can send it out a round earlier. So you can send out a BFB on round 19, which is obviously pretty darn boss. You can send it around, but you can get more than one. So you can go like, oh, you know what, I'll get 2 offensive pushes, 3 offensive pushes, 4 offensive pushes, and now you can send out a BFB on round 16. So that's where it gets really, really crazy. A lot of these kind of hard rushes to defend, you know, these big bursty rushes at the end that we only can send usually in the late game, we can send in the early game. But it affects all the balloons, not just the BFB. So if we wanted to send a regrow ceramic on round 10 or something, using 5 offensive pushes, we could do that. And that's what makes it kind of crazy. So as we're still cleaning these guys up, I didn't go as many Cobras as I normally do. It's alright. It's not a big deal, man. I have to make sure I get a Juggernaut for sure. I'll probably go for a cannon as well. A 3rd tier cannon. I'll defend those guys out. But for right now, you know, the main thing is, you know, obviously, get the Cobras flowing, man. Get those Cobras up to 1-0, because that's more money for me. More money in my pocket. Alright, so let's get that cannon flowing in here. Make sure we have some extra grouped popping power. You can tell I do have some camo regrow yellows and stuff coming out against him. It's only because I have one of these balloon adjustments at the moment. Put him on close, and get him up to 3rd tier for Shiznit. So this guy has 0 lead popping power, so we're going to also mess with him and get some random leads coming out against him. There we go. Caught him some issues. I love causing people issues. He's probably going to have to get a cleansing foam engineer right now. Or maybe go for a Juggernaut somehow. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, he goes for a... Oh, interesting. He actually had a wizard over there. Cool. So again, the offensive push is not that important in regular games. Most people, I highly don't recommend it in regular games. Like in this game, there's no reason for me to get the offensive push. Almost none. I have seen it where if people go farms, sometimes what they do is they might go double offensive push on round 11 and do a full-on regrow rainbow rush on round 11. I have seen that before. It's a very tricky move to pull off because you do have to get a crazy amount of banana farms, but a lot of people just don't expect it. They don't expect to have to defend a regrow rainbow rush on round 11, you know? Alright, so now let's talk about the right-sided upgrades. These are weirder, but also still fairly important to understand. So we've got double tap. What does it do? It makes it so we have, I also don't have any cam protection right now, so let's do, let's do 2 ninjas. We're going to get a 3rd tier flash bomb, and then this guy we're going to eventually upgrade to 4th tier as well. But we got double tap, which doubles your attack speed. So now you get 2 little guns over there. It doesn't increase his popping power at all, but it makes him shoot twice as fast, which, I mean, we're not really using the Cobra for popping power. That's not the main thing, guys. The main thing is to use his special bonuses to hopefully kill your enemy eventually. That's like the main goal here. So that really isn't very important. You can use it if you need to, but I highly recommend chilling with more 0 or 1 zeros or 2 zeros instead. But then you got Attrition. Alright, so this is the really, really weird upgrade. Like I was saying earlier, Attrition used to steal 2 lives and bring 2 lives into you, and used to be able to kill your enemy, but now it does not do that anymore. It only takes them down to 1 life. And then after it gets down to 1 life, then you start getting more money from your Cobra's Attrition. So it doesn't turn into nothingness. You still get more money from that Attrition. In the same way that, you get the 1-0 Cobra stuffs. So anyways, my defense is, again, pretty darn bad, so we're going to get a 4th tier ninja as soon as we possibly can. And we need to talk about the next upgrades. This is Finish Him. So this is pretty much the same thing as the Monkey's Impact, but in the opposite fashion. Now you get your balloon energy faster, but it's like 10% faster instead of, or 10 seconds faster instead of 5 seconds faster for the Monkey's Impact. So, again, I don't really recommend using this that often. It's really not that important, but if you're going for that 4th tier upgrade, then, yeah, maybe it is kind of important. So we're going to go for that 4th tier ninja, and I should be able to defend this stuff pretty darn easily. I don't know why he rushed me with a Moab right there. I don't know. Maybe he thought my defense was a lot worse than it is. Not sure. But we easily defended, of course. So the next thing is, after you get Finish Him, is the really, really crazy upgrade, Misdirection. Oh my goodness, Misdirection is ridiculous. If you get a lot of misdirections, you can send back pretty much any high-class balloon, sending Moabs and BFBs, you can send them back right away. Even crazier, if you pop a Oh My God layer and you have 4 misdirections, all 4 BFBs inside of that Oh My God, you can just send them to your enemy right away. So that's why it's so darn ridiculous to get misdirections. Like, for example, I'm going to get a misdirection, and if he sends out any Moabs or BFBs against me, all I'm going to do is I'm going to press that misdirection button, and it's going to send it back to my enemy. And now he has to defend it instead of me. It's obviously much better for higher class balloons. If you have a BFB coming out against you, misdirection's much better. And one other thing about the misdirection is you don't get it instantaneous. Like for most abilities, as soon as you upgrade it, as soon as you buy it, you can use that ability. Not the case with misdirection. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna kill this guy soon. We're going to go for a bunch of balloon adjustments, and I don't know if he can actually handle those. Gotta be a little careful. My defense is slacking a little bit, but I can use that misdirection and send it back to my opponent as well. So if he sends a big BFB or something, we can probably defend that. As Oh My God, on the other hand, probably gonna be a little bit on the difficult side. But we already know he sent out a Moab against us, so his balloon eco is even lower than what it was, and his defense isn't that good in the first place. All right. So that's pretty much it for the Cobra. I try to break it down as much as possible. Realistically, the main thing you gotta understand about the Cobra is that the 2-0 Cobra thing is very, very overpowered at the moment. It's just so darn good. Full-on regrow camo ceramics coming out against your enemy. It's so hard to defend. It really is. Unless you have full-on engineers or a really crazy amount of juggernauts, it's just very, very difficult to defend. But there is a way to beat it. The main thing is go enough banana farms, because you know your enemy's not going to rush you on round 13 unless they're unbelievably crazy, man. They're usually not going to have enough money to get all the Cobras and to get a really solid defense. and rush you. So realistically, if you're fighting somebody with Cobras, the main thing is to try and kill them on round 13. That's one really awesome way, round 13 with Zebras or something like that. Or, so anyways, we did end up taking this person down. Again, I didn't have to do anything, just 2-0 Cobras. I didn't have to spam that many. I don't know, was it 8 Cobras or something like that? And the camo regrowth just overwhelmed him. I mean, the natural balloons were kind of hard on my screen to even pop, so let alone, you know, when they're camos and regrows all over the place. But yeah, the best way to kill somebody who is going Cobras is to not worry about the Cobras. Just say, okay, let's try and kill them around 13, or let's get enough money where we can send out a really solid, fast cooldown Moab rush on round 20. And I say fast cooldown Moab because BFB, they're probably going to misdirection it back at you, but if you send out like 5 fast cooldown Moabs, they usually have no way to pop all of those things, especially if they go a lot of Cobras. But that's pretty much it. You know, I'll probably make some sort of video on how to defend Cobras eventually, but at the moment, that's all I really got for you guys. Hopefully this tutorial helped you out. If it did, make sure you press the like button. I'd really appreciate that, and have a super duper delicious day.